Hi, it's Laura, and I'm back with the third project of 2025. Missed yesterday. I have an older dog with canine dementia, and he was not doing well yesterday, so had to take him to the vet and do all that sorts of things. So, life happens. So, anyway, what I want to show you today is some fun little fabric collages. I'm calling them this little fabric badges. And these just use all sorts of little bits and pieces and scraps and stuff that I happen to have. And I'm sure anybody who does any sort of crafts probably has some fabric scraps, some old clothes, all sorts of things that you can use for this. Now, I have used these sorts of scraps and things in, this is a book that I've been working on for several years that's got, this one's called On the Edge. And I've just added to other stuff that goes on the page, but I've just added little bits and pieces of fabric and threads and stuff that just get collaged on to the edge, yarns, that sort of thing that I've used on the edges of these things. And so I've had this basket of scraps. I'll just thumb through here so you can see just some little bits and pieces of some fabric that has just been stitched on to the edge of this journal that's made out of watercolor paper. So little bits and pieces, you can even put fabric in them, that sort of thing. These aren't little quilts because there's no batting in them. But I do have, like I said, this has some of the, it's just, I throw threads in here. It's like basically it's a hoarder's dream because doesn't seem to matter. Oh, I like the color of that one. How big? I mean, there's some fur in here, some yarn, some threads, itsy bitsy tiny pieces, some lace, trims, some larger pieces, of just about anything that I just don't throw it away. I also, out of my quilting stuff, this is some brighter stuff, but bits and pieces, and I just don't throw things away because I can use it for stuff like this. So what I've done with these is then I've taken some wool and I'm using that as the backing, but you could actually use felt as well. But that's kind of making it into like a badge. I spent 12 years as a Girl Scout, earned a lot of Girl Scout badges, that sort of thing. So I guess that's kind of how kind of taking that idea of the badge and the idea of, the bits and pieces of embellishment and making these little badges that can then be added in a junk journal. It could be added in a book, all sorts of things. Now, these I just did just before I started taping this video. Literally took about 15 minutes to do these. So you don't want to spend a lot of time. You don't have to put a lot of thought and effort into them. Just start putting them together. Now, I'm going to also be doing a bit of stitching on there with some embroidery floss to add a little bit more embellishment and punch to colors, like so this piece is stitched down, that sort of thing. But like this is a little piece that I could have pressed, but I liked kind of how it was curling. So I'm going to leave it like that. But then these, like I said, can be added onto a page in a junk journal. They could be, like I did with the little itsy bitsy quilt cards on day one, you could add them onto a card. There's any number of things that you can use these for. So I have a couple that I'll go ahead and assemble here. Then I'll stop, go stitch them, and bring them back to show you. So I kind of created a pile of some colors and that kind of thing so that I could grab rather than going from the big basket. But I've started here on this one. So I came up with a background piece about the size. These are all in the generally the same size, but they're not exactly the same size. It's like 2 inch by 3 inch-ish. If you want to make them bigger, smaller, you can make little tiny postage stamp size ones if you wanted to. So then I cut my wool backing for the kind of badge part of it. And I've cut it slightly larger. because what I figure is if I'm going to stitch this onto something, that gives me something to stitch down that it doesn't really show. So that's why I did with a kind of darkish, blackish gray. But that gives me something to stitch to. It also has something with a little bit of body, since these aren't quilts and they don't have a batting in there. It gives some body for this all to stitch down to. So I'll stick that down, and then I had this piece of purple that I'm just not thinking. I'm just kind of placing this on there to what feels like it looks good. I have another piece. This is some hand dyed, and I just like just that little bit of it, so I can be cutting some of this stuff off. With this one, maybe if I want to, I can even tie a little knot in it. If I can find the end. That seems about right for how things go these days. Come on, come out of there. This was supposed to be just a quick little knot. Turns into it wants to be difficult. All right, so I'm going to chop this piece off. Most of the time with these scraps, I like to tear them, and then I keep the little threads too. Usually I have a little dish that I put all my little threads into, and then I kind of wad them up into a little pile. But so I can stick that guy on there. I liked how the color was going with that. So then this guy has that straight edge on there, but we can have, so it has this little tail that hangs off. So let's go ahead and snip it so we can tear him. Sometimes they like to tear, sometimes they don't. There they goes. The whole family's home, so just ignore if you hear background noise. It's just them. Excuse me. So stick that guy on there. Then I had found a little blue piece, blue-green piece. Maybe stick that on top, see how I like that. And then I had this guy that had some little circles on it. And this is the same piece that was this one, but it has a little bit different colors on it. But I decided I just wanted a little bit, and these all might go together because it's like, circles, circles, circles. So these could all be part of a same thing. I have some ideas coming up that in another project that you'll probably see these coming back again. So I like having all the frayed loosey-goosey threads on it. So that can just stick down there. Then I have a little piece of some red orange that I really like it, but I want it a little shorter, I think. So let's chop it off. Not thinking too much about it. Maybe fold it in half. Maybe it just kind of is another little dangle thing hanging out from along with this guy. So, and then it's like, it may be that it gets some stitching on there. See if there's anything else. I kind of like this little orange bit. What if we tie it in a knot too? If it'll let me. This is just a piece of some raw silk. Kind of tear it as I'm cutting it. Maybe that gets stuck on top. There's some little threads I want to keep because they're cute and orange. So maybe that is going to go up there with those ties. Do I like this guy? So you just kind of got to play with and see what you like. You might, when I go to stitch, I might do something like that with those guys. Do I like this guy on there or not? I think so. So there's one. Again, that's about as much thinking time you want. So now it's ready to take to the machine and stitch. But let's do another one. I have another little piece here. So this is a piece of hand dyed. So I'm going to kind of lay that on there. Cut this relatively straight-ish. And again, just a little bit larger, not quite 1/4 of an inch, probably about 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little more, somewhere around in there, roughly-ish. For those of you who've been around with me a long time, me doing ish is just not my normal, or what used to be my normal, but we all grow and change. So I want this edge to be a little more frayed, so pull some of that off. So it's not quite as... So we can stick this down. I have no idea what my family is doing out there, but they're making a bunch of noise. So let's see. This little blue piece in there. I like this guy. I also like this one. Do something like that. Sometimes you gotta trim them off. Maybe give them a little floofing. I don't remember what this orange is going to be better over on this one. Oh, I think that's what I'll do. Is taking it off of that one and put it on this one. And I always like to have some sort of vertical. I kind of have my set ways of doing some things that I get used to doing it that way. Oh, I don't want that angle. This is some vintage Alexander Henry fabric because it's left over from years and years and years ago. So, you know, if you hold on to it long enough, it becomes vintage. Go this way. I don't know if you can hear, it's just a whole lot of stuff going on in the background. I'm like going, of course, I decided to start doing a video. And that's when my husband decides he needs to do something in the background. I tend to like to do verticals more than this little blue piece that I found when I was showing you my basket. I don't know if he necessarily, maybe he goes better over here. I like that orange on there though. Let's see, what else do we have in here? This little goodie pile. You know, just kind of play with it. Doing kind of whatever you like to have on there. Do I like it that way? Or do I like it that way? What else should I just need something? Be a little piece of this blue hanging down. Yeah, I think so. Maybe it goes up and hangs over and does that. So let's see if they all kind of go somewhat together. Yeah, I think so. It'll get some stitching on it, or maybe it gets a little button or some beads on it, that sort of thing. But there we go. So I think I'll go ahead and stop the video, go stitch these, come back, show you how they all come together. Because I just haven't got a good setup for showing you the stitching. Oh, look at that little bits of something. Maybe that's what that wants. This knot is starting to make me crazy on this one. I don't think I want the knot. Not when I've got the red dangly things. So let's go ahead and leave that on there. Let's pull this guy off. See if I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happier. Because then if I have the red dangly things and this hanging off of there too, maybe this gets folded in half and tucks underneath the way that did. And so it's got these tails. There, I don't mind the tail there. So maybe we'll do something like that, and that's where that tail goes. All right, so I'll go back, stitch these, and next you'll see them stitched up. All right, I have the stitching done on these two. So like I said, I take that orange piece and put it on there. Put these little guys. I'll probably put a little bit of beading on there. Same with this one. I'll probably attach these down with some stitching. But with all these guys, you know, again, roughly the same size. Put all that stuff up out of the way. So there is the 5 badges that I've made that as I said, these can go onto a journal page. They can go into a book. It can be made into some cards. They're just fun to play with. You can do the exact same thing with paper if you don't have fabric scraps. Either way, but they're just a really fun, just don't think about it too much. Don't spend a lot of effort and time on it, but just do them quickly. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. Have some other things that are coming up that are a way that you can use these as well. But, geez, I was just sitting there thinking, I have a sweatshirt on. These are something you could put on a sweatshirt, stitch down. Because if everything's stitched enough, they could even go through the laundry. You might want to do this one's got a little bit more stitching on it. You might want to do a little bit more stitching if it were going to go through the laundry than if it were going into a book. But anyway, fun little idea of things that you can do with these. If you made them smaller, actually, you can even make them into little jewelry pieces, that sort of thing. So multitude of ideas of what you can do with it. But if nothing else, this kind of gives you an idea of something you can get started on. Anyway, thanks a bunch.